Yeah, hey now, good morning, PASW staff, clients, and friends joining us. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. We had a lot of fun looking at Take the Money and Run, Woody Allen's movie. That was so much fun. You guys did a great job choosing Dixieland music. That just worked so well, and we saw how that scene was made so much more, it was just so much funnier with that score, as opposed to just, being silent or classical score. That wouldn't have worked. We're seeing how music works. Sometimes classical music works perfectly, sometimes it kills the scene. So we're just going all over the map, and today we're going to be looking at a totally different kind of movie, dark black comedy, but it's going to be fun. And then today we'll be revisiting venues, but LA music venues. So we're going to recap a lot of fun things that we've been doing. We did neighborhoods a few weeks ago in LA, so this time I'm going to group together music venues. We've done so many, but I've chosen 3 special ones that we're going to talk about. But today, what am I talking about? We're going to look at films, a movie score, but a movie too. There's some great little scenes in this. And today we'll be looking at Sexy Beast.
Seek out where there's a will, and there is a will.
There's a way. There's always a way.
Sexy Beast comes out in 2000, so 22 years old. British crime gangster. It's a comedy too. I mean, it's a black comedy. We talked a little bit about black comedy. It's kind of uncomfortable subjects talked about, taboo subjects, making fun of things, like death or something like that. That's kind of taboo. It's when you don't know when to laugh or cry, kind of one of those things, or you're just kind of silent because it's shocking. It's kind of like that, but it's more just like a really fun gangster movie with these British actors, Cockney. It's very hard to understand. I've watched it so many times, and you need subtitles for sure. Ray Winston's the lead in it. He plays Gal Dove, and you guys probably know him. He actually usually plays the rough guy, tough guy, but this is a movie about, he's a retired gangster, so he was a safe cracker back in the day, and now he's retired, and he's in Spain in this lovely villa, no problems, married to this woman, very happy, enjoys his life with friends, or a couple rather, and then gets an unexpected visit from an old associate forcing him to do a job. It's terrifyingly, it's played by a terrifying character, Bing Kingsley, Sir Bing Kingsley, who was one of the most evil characters depicted in a movie, I feel like. We don't like that, we don't promote that, but he was such a terrifying method actor on set that everybody was really scared of him. Bing Kingsley played Gandhi, one of the most gentle souls on screen, and he, I wish I could show you more scenes because the F word's kind of used more in this movie than anything, along with some other terrible things, but it's such a cool stylized movie with some great music, and that's what we're here to look at. Jonathan Glazer's the director. We haven't talked about him. He was very famous. He's a British director, English film director, screenwriter, did a lot of commercials and music videos. Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity was one that put him on the map. That was really big. Also some Radiohead. And then this is his first directorial debut with some real movie stars here. So he directs this. You can see a lot of music video influence from the type of editing, the POV shots, point of view, all those things you definitely see. We take for granted today. Guy Ritchie was one of the other guys that kind of shot movies like music videos in a way, only it was a film, it was a narrative and everything. So Louis Mellis and David Scinto are the writers, and they wrote this, and they met at a party for the first time, and they were talking about ideas, and they started going about the subject about this guy who's a retired ex-gangster. And so Ben Kingsley comes to visit him. So let's go over there. It's shot in Spain. It's beautiful. Let's go from Hollywood to Almeria, Spain, where the house in the boulder is built. So this opening scene we're not going to score, but this is Gal in his villa, retired, enjoying everything. and almost gets taken out in the very first scene by a giant boulder.
Down on the beaches, just live little peaches. Down on the beaches, just live little papayas. Down on the beaches, just live little sunglasses. Down on the beaches, just live little peaches. Down on the beaches, just live little peaches.
See, so that's part of the dark humor too. It's funny, but also terrifying at the same time. Great way to open up a movie. Great shot of the boulder rolling around. There's a few little things like that music video elements back, but 22 years ago. So there's a lot of surrealism in it too, even though it's very brutally realistic in the sense of how people talk to each other, how the action's done, how there's a heist at the end. But there's also some very magical moments in it too, including, I was going to have a score this, but I couldn't cut it right, and so we're not going to score this. But this beautiful, it's a very aggressive, provocative film, with a lot of cursing, a lot of but then there's very beautiful, surreal moments, romantic moments.
Too hot. Not for me. I love it.
That's Lujan. We listened to that when we looked at Henry Mancini class. I just puts you in the mood of the scene, and this is before Ben Kingsley arrives. So this is his paradise in Spain. And this is it's just, the music just puts you in the atmosphere of them just enjoying life, having a good time. All of these things. One of my favorite scenes is that scene. It's just like, oh yeah, we should enjoy life. You only live once. This is just so lovely and everything. So, music's kind of has some different artists. So there's Henry Mancini is his orchestra is in that scene. That's 1961. That comes out. There's also, it ends with Dean Martin, but mostly it's electronic music. English band Uncle, collaboration with, and also Spanish composer Roque Banos. And some of these people label it as trip hop. That's electronic hip hop. I never heard that expression. I like that expression, but electronic hip hop. It's probably like EDM music today. I don't know if they had that label back then. Could be electronic dance music, but I guess I don't know. I guess anything goes to these days, but that's what it's like. Very effective for this movie because it is a thriller. So they're not gonna go with the classical sound here. They're not gonna go with the jazz score. That might make it too light or comedic. Classical would make it not too serious, but so they're going to go with the electronic score here. So this scene is interesting because the movie for the first 15 minutes is, oh, okay, this guy's having a great life, retired. And then it takes a terrifying turn when Don Logan, Ben Kingsley, arrives. Because for the next hour and a half, or the next hour, it is brutal how he convinces Ray Winston, this isn't an offer to, you should take this job. You have to take this job. And he doesn't want to. He's got a great wife, great life, friends. He is forcing him to take this very dangerous safety deposit box, this heist. Very dangerous. And he needs him to do this one last job. And it's not asking a friend for a favor. He's brutal and they'll kill him if he doesn't do the job, mostly. So he's in this predicament because he's retired.
Do the job. No, Don. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. I can't.
You can.
I can't. Don't do this.
Do what? What am I doing?
This.
This what? Your middle name ungrateful or what?
I'm retired.
Are you gonna do the job? It's not a difficult question. Yes or no? Say it.
Don Logan is so scary in this movie, just terrifying. He based this role off his grandmother, he said, so she must have been a horrible person. Ben Kingsley did. So this is an important part. So he knows, and he's trying to say, because his friends say, Don Logan's coming into town looking for you. And he's like, well, I won't be at home. You know that's not gonna, it's one of those things where you're so happy this isn't your life. So he has to stay and be at home and confront Don Logan and say no. It's really impossible. So this scene is Don Logan approaching. His friends are picking him up at the airport, and they're bringing him to Gal's house. So there's a lot of tension because he is terrified at somebody showing up. This is like Satan coming and showing up at your house and being picked up at the airport, coming to talk to you. It is so scary. Music is very good in this. And if we look at we will look at it without music. It's just actors, from the director saying, okay, look really scared now. Okay, start walking around. It's so mechanical when you take out all the magic of the editing and the music out. It's almost like laughable because you're just like, what are these guys doing? Until you get into the editing room and you make the magic happen. So this is Don Logan approaching and coming to Ray Winston's house, and take a look. So great little build-up, huh? It's just that the low bass is, electronic kind of just building until that release. So we'll come up with that. Let's just take a look at the scene without any music. So you see their tension. It's still, shows you how actors have to act because they don't hear any of the music. They don't see any of the editing. They don't do anything. They're just on. And I also bring this up because a lot of you guys are actors. So this is also a good way to take direction from a director to be like, you're going to have to look like this without saying anything because this is the drama of the scene. So it needs music, right? So let's find an electronic tense score, something electronic based that's not, we've done some electronic music that's a little bit airy, breezy, ambient sounding. Let's not do that. Let's make it kind of scary electronic score to get that build when Don Logan shows up. So that's the assignment. If you're new, play along, please submit. There's a monthly prize, and we're just here to have fun, to learn, so send me some options. Get it to me by Tuesday, that would be great. And we're gonna just have a great week of revisiting LA music venues. Okay, love you guys, see you tomorrow, bye.